Thank you very much for your time, Laura. Now, I saw two of your poems, and I'm specifically in love with this one because it talks about self-love. I think it's called One on One. What was your thought as you, started scribbling around this poem?
First of all, poetry for me is about expression. So I feel sometimes a physical pain and I have to write down exactly what I'm thinking. And so One on One was a very big realization for me that all the pain that I've been going through was something that I could sort of fix within myself. And that's why I wrote it. I was like, you need to appreciate yourself to be able to appreciate the hurt that you're feeling, and then try and grow your wings from there.
Now, of course, it's very important also to note the fact that this is a book released by an African woman.
What does that mean exactly, though? Because I think there's so many people who've been writing books, but for me specifically, it didn't factor in that I'm a woman. It just factored in that this is something I've been trying to do for decades, to be modest, for quite a few years. And so it was just about taking that step and sharing yourself with people that you don't know, people who you don't know whether they're going to appreciate how it is that you feel. I think that was the scary bit. I wasn't really fazed being African or being a woman.
Well, I think we, as Africans celebrate every little milestone that, or rather what people would deem little milestones that we reach as Africans, especially when you see people releasing books, writing their poetry and everything going out there. Now, in South Africa, we're celebrating Heritage Month. In fact, on Thursday, it was Heritage Day, and it's a public holiday. People celebrating basically their heritage in whatever way. So we were quite colorful in South Africa this week because, as you know, we have a lot of cultures in Africa. Looking at yourself, somebody from the African continent, from Kenya, this, of course, is still very important. It's a very important milestone.
I think to me, culture is really important because it keeps changing. And what defines us right now is we could be borrowing from different cultures, but it is still authentic and true to us because we're living it. So I feel like we box culture too much, but at the same time, being able to celebrate what was there before, because it is a part of you, and also being able to establish new cultures, so to speak, because everything is changing and there's so many influences from different continents, from different media, and also within looking for forms of expression that haven't necessarily been laid out before. There's no road, so you're basically creating your own road. And I really applaud the fact that Heritage Day is a holiday in South Africa because it's very important to recognize that root, so to speak.
Now, am I right in saying that you titled your book For the Weak and Unloved?
Yes, that is correct.
Why did you title it that?
I wrote it that way because when I was writing, I really felt weak and I felt unloved. And it's just instances over several years where you boil down to that specific feeling. But if you interrogate the thoughts, and that's the beauty of writing things down, when you write down your feelings and you start interrogating some of the things that you say, you find that fundamentally the feeling and your emotions are not true per se. They're true at the moment. But if you look around and try to question each and every line of the pain that you feel, you find that there's a positive angle to it. So as much as the book is titled For the Weak and Unloved, I'm hoping that by reading it and looking at the pain, you can also see the other side of it, which I try to put in some of the poems like One on One.
Well, thank you very much, Laura Walubengo, for your time in Nairobi, Kenya for us. I hope now you do feel loved and no longer weak.